Welcome to the European Parliament in Strasbourg. I'm Clara, and I'll be covering today the second day of the plenary session for you. Plenary sessions are held once a month here in Strasbourg. It is an important moment for the European Parliament because it is here that the MEPs debate and vote on the text submitted to them by the European Commission. Of course, the big event of the week is the final vote for the new College of Commissioners. But over the 4 days of the plenary session, many other important topics will be discussed, including the EU budget for 2025 on the agenda this afternoon. Indeed, the MEPs also play a role when it comes to the budget. Together with the Council, the Parliament co-determines, which means they jointly manage, the EU's budget each year. During negotiations with the Member States, Parliament secured more than 230 million euros in funding over and above the amount put forward in the Commission's draft proposal. Their objective? To better focus on key EU programs and policies aimed at improving people's lives, boosting competitiveness, and tackling today's challenges such as climate, health, and defense. The agreement still has to be formally approved by Parliament, so MEPs will debate the EU budget later today before final vote tomorrow. A number of international issues are also on the plenary agenda, starting with support for Ukraine this morning. The humanitarian crisis in Gaza will also be on the agenda, as will the elections in Georgia and the repression of women in Iran, among others. Defense is now a recurring topic on MEPs' agendas. Although it is not an EU competence per se, the growing numbers of hybrid threats, such as disinformation, cyber attacks, psychological pressure, instrumentalized migration, and acts of sabotage aimed at pressuring and destabilizing targeted member states, calls for coordinated EU action. This week, MEPs will examine the hybrid attack that targeted 2 separate data cables in the Baltic Sea last week. Finally, MEPs are also expected to address the climate crisis on several occasions, notably through debates on the result of the COP29 and the need to adopt an international agreement on plastic pollution.